Hey, what's up guys? I hope you all had a great Christmas this year. So for today's video, I thought I would share with you a couple of things that I got for Christmas, a few things that were missing from my garage/car tool arsenal kit. Apparently Santa knows that I'm something of a car guy, a car enthusiast, and he brought me a couple of things that I very much needed. So I'm gonna go through them, test them, review them, and let you know if they're any good, and we'll see how he did. Okay, fine. So I bought all this from Amazon pretty much for the purposes of making this video, gave them to my wife to give back to me on Christmas Day, but we're gonna suspend disbelief. Santa brought them, and we're gonna see how he did. So first up, fender cover. So this is an OEM Tools ultra soft fender cover. It's 24 by 42 inches, so 2 by 3.5 feet. It's a microfiber fleece. It has a couple of magnets that are Velcroed in the corner to help keep it in place, although honestly, I would probably just drape this over the front of the car and maybe rest some tools on it if I'm doing something in the engine bay, make sure I don't scratch anything, but it would be nice to have one to drape over the sides. Actually, this would have come in handy, really handy, a couple of weeks ago when I was doing spark plugs, but better late than never, I guess. So let's go and unwrap this and see how it looks in the car. So here's our fender cover. So pretty good material, super soft, black on the bottom. The magnets are held in place by Velcro here, so that seems pretty secure, but I would still be a little careful about that. I wouldn't fling this thing around too much. All right, now if I wanted to attach this to the front, magnets stick pretty good right here. Got a nice little area that I can put some tools. Great little mat to have underneath of the hood. I like it. All right, next up, light. Just a good old handheld flashlight. So this is a Milwaukee work light powered by the M12 battery, which is interchangeable in a million of their tools. 12 volts, 1.5 amps, and it pivots too, which is kind of nice. So usually for the work lights that I've had, they're like these flat sort of square LED panel lights. They sit on the ground, they have like these rails that they sit on. You can kind of adjust them a little bit, but sometimes you just need a good old fashioned handheld light, and I have not had one of these. Typically, I'm using my phone light, which is cute and all when you're fishing around the engine bay for a bolt that you dropped, but not that powerful. This is much better. So yeah, and I, again, like the fact that it pivots, that's pretty cool. Now, usually if I'm trying to use a light in the engine bay, I'm using my phone, which is adorable. Now compare that to a real light. See, that's better. So getting all the cracks and crevices of the overly cramped S55 engine bay to see what's what. And would be really helpful for under the car too. All right, so next up is a pump foam cannon. So this is the Chemical Guys Mr. Sprayer full function atomizer and pump sprayer. Now here's the thing, this is gonna sound a little ridiculous, but stay with me here. So a little while ago, I did a video on pressure washer upgrades. One of those upgrades was a foam cannon, and the bonus one at the end of the video was a second foam cannon for wheels. It was a great idea I picked up from, it was either Matt Mormon from the Obsessed Garage or Pan the Organizer, both YouTube channels that have phenomenal detailing content. But in any case, I thought a second foam cannon for doing wheels, that's brilliant. I am a fan of operational efficiency. I went to school for operations management, so figure that as me trying to put that degree to some kind of use. Over time though, using the second foam cannon for wheels, one thing that I have noticed that has gotten a little bit annoying, and again it sounds silly, is switching off the nozzle and then reattaching every time you need to use the foam cannon. So you have your sprayer gun, you're going to apply a round of the foam, so you detach the nozzle, attach the foam cannon, spray down the wheel, detach the foam cannon, reattach the nozzle because you're gonna have to spray down your tools and even the foam on the wheel. If your wheel's really dirty and you need a second application, that's another round of switching things up. So, I kinda, after doing that for a couple of months, I'm thinking, I don't know, there might be something a little bit better than this. So I'm thinking what would be better than a regular old spray bottle, but maybe a little bit less time consuming than going back and forth between a nozzle and a foam cannon, and that is where a pump sprayer came into place. So hopefully this will work out well. I have to tell you though, going in, have a little bit of a negative bias because after I got this, I saw a video actually from Chemical Guys' own YouTube channel of them demoing this product, and gotta tell you, was not that impressed. It looked like from a fully pumped cannon and using it, it didn't really cover that much surface area before you had to pump it again. Now, to be fair, they were doing this in the fender well of a large truck. So, in my case, I would have a slightly smaller area to get coverage, although I do have my wife's SUV that I detail, which is pretty big. But yeah, it did not look like this did that much coverage. So I figure we'll go and test this out, see how it works. I really want to like it. I hope this works out, but let's test it and find out. So got our foam cannon and our sprayer. So we'll hook this up. All right, not bad. So what does it hold? 1.5 liters. Plenty of fluid. So it looks like you can press and lock the handle when you're spraying, which is kind of a cool feature, but when it's in the back position, it sticks a bit. Let's see. Taking the top off. So, well, that's interesting. Let's say this has been used before, because it looks like there's some kind of fluid in the hose. And I'm not sure what that is. What? White Rabbit. So this is a wrapper? Dude, what? I am not quite sure what to make of that. But that was in the bottom of this, which looks a little dirty. No idea what this was. Yeah, you know what? This is all real time. I had no idea what the hell this was. So that is interesting. I kind of feel like I should go wash my hands, first of all. You know what? This one might just go back. All right, guys. Well, you know what? On second thought, we are not going to test this. There's a residue at the bottom of this thing that did not rinse out. Like, I rinsed it out, tried to flush it with water, and whatever dirty residue was at the bottom of there was still in there. So I don't even want to waste the brake buster and contaminate it with whatever had been previously through this. I guess that is the sort of downside to the giantness of Amazon, is that a lot of times you get just somebody else's previously used shit. So this is going back. Quite honestly, it even feels cheaply made. I'm not even interested in getting a new one and trying it out. I don't know, maybe if you got one, maybe yours won't come with a dirty wrapper in it that says white. Really? White Rabbit? All right, well, there goes that. Okay, continuing on the theme of detailing related stuff, I have this, it's kind of hard to show, but this is a pressure washer accessory rack that you can hook up to the wall of your garage, right? Actually, you can't see that, so I'll just overlay some B-roll. But anyway, so this is a rack that holds your spray gun, your wand, foam cannon, and all of the nozzles along the top. Now, one of my big projects for 2024 is a total garage renovation. One of the big aspects of the sort of garage renovation is organization. I love organization. It doesn't look like it, but I really love things being organized. And so this, I thought, would be a good means to sort of have a place for all the pressure washer stuff. Normally when I get done washing my car, I just kind of like set it down on a box somewhere or something like that, and it just sits there until its next use. Not really the best, not the best method. So I figure something like this might be a better means to hold all the stuff, right? So let's go ahead and put this on. Let's get this installed and see how it works. And I haven't even done any of the spackle or paint in here yet, so it doesn't really matter where we put it because it's all gonna get repaired anyway, so let's give this a shot. See how it looks. All right, super easy install, just a couple of screws. You get drywall anchors too, but this is just a quick and dirty install because we still have to do all the walls anyway, but we just wanna see how it holds up with the pressure washer accessories. So got our quick connects on here to hold in the sprayer gun and the foam cannon, plus a spot for the wand and all the nozzles. So let's get it loaded up with pressure washer stuff and see how it holds up. All right, you know what? I love it. This thing's awesome, right? So seems pretty sturdy and holds all the stuff. Not a bad setup. The only thing I would say though is I probably, even though this is the area that the wall-mounted pressure washer setup is going to be, there's actually a spot of wall over here. I would probably opt to put it over there only because this sticks out just far enough where I could easily see myself walking into it, shoulder checking, maybe bending something. Probably a spot over here where it is, perpendicular to this setup would probably be ideal. But otherwise, as a little unit just to keep all your pressure washer stuff, I like it. So, all right. Pressure washer organization for the eventual garage renovation, check. Okay, and the last item for today is a battery analyzer. So this is a Foxwell BT705 battery analyzer, something that I have not had that I've recently have come to need a little bit. So not too long ago, I did the BeamerLink ChatGPT video. One of the errors seemed to indicate that my car battery could be dying or getting a little bit low or something like that. I haven't noticed any issues, but it was just something that popped up that made me think like, would be cool if I had an actual battery tester or a battery analyzer to tell me the actual health of my battery. Not to mention that, but we have my son's 1989 Firebird. We've had weird battery issues with that car. And then finally, actually, we have a marine battery that is hooked up to our sump pump downstairs. So figure now would be a good time of any to get a battery tester. Now, in the world of battery testers, it seems to me that you have your $20 to $30 sort of low-end battery testers that do a reasonably good job of testing whatever battery they're hooked up to, all the way to ones that are hundreds of dollars that you would find in a professional garage. I don't really think that anything like that would be necessary for someone like me who would be a very casual user of one. So I looked around and found this one. This was after a $20 instant coupon from Amazon, was about $100. It was pretty well reviewed, saw some videos on it, seemed like a pretty good unit. But I'm not sure that this video would really be complete by just telling you that I got this, saw some reviews on it and figured it was good enough. So why don't we test it and see how it does. All right, so once you connect it, it powers right up, which is pretty cool. Now this isn't gonna be a whole thorough review of this particular battery tester. Maybe we'll do that in another video, but just sort of a precursor glance just to see what it's like to hook this thing up, run a quick test, and check the health of my car battery. You're gonna hit, let's see, menu, do a battery test. It is a 12-volt system, regular battery in the vehicle, top post, AGM type, cold cranking amps. Automatically detects 500, which I believe is the value, but let me verify that. Actually, it appears to be 860. Enter, testing. Good battery, nice. All right, guys, well, that is about it for this video. So I hope you found something in here useful, maybe something that spawned an idea, something that you didn't have in your collection of tools that you might want to pick up, maybe with the exception of a pump sprayer, which I don't know what kind of savage puts a used candy wrapper at the bottom of a pump sprayer, a dirty pump sprayer, and then sends it back, but dude, these people, man. But in any case, I will leave links to everything in the description below, all Amazon links, so buy at your own risk. But at the very least, maybe you can go and just check out some reviews and get another idea of the product and maybe purchase it from somewhere else. So and anyway, in the meantime, hope you guys, again, had a very Merry Christmas, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.